Hey guys, Clackers Clocks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's the final week of the preseason, week 4. So tonight we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think either team is going to have their starters out on the field, but I think the Colts are going to beat the Bengals here. I think the Colts are going to beat the Bengals here, so yes, I am picking the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Next, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I am going with my Chiefs. I know we're 0-2 in the preseason. I know we're 0-2. And yeah, that was a pretty bad loss to the Lions. Losing by 1 again. It's just the rhetoric, but I think the Chiefs will get it done against the Bears. I don't think the Bears are going to have their starters out there. Neither will the Chiefs, but I think Carson Wentz at least played decent last week against Detroit. But yeah, I'm probably going to go with the Chiefs. I am going with the Chiefs. Why wouldn't I? I'm going with the Chiefs over the Bears. Tomorrow, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. They played really well against Tampa Bay. Oh, did they play Tampa Bay? I don't even know. Yeah, they did, because last week they lost to Tampa Bay in the, Anyways, I'm going with the Jags over the Falcons. Falcons aren't going to play anybody. It's just, it's whatever. But I'm going to go with the Jags over the Falcons. I think that's a good pick there. The Miami Dolphins take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Bucs. I think they're going to play their starters. This week. And as for Miami, I don't think they're playing their starters. So I think the Bucs are going to win this game over Miami. As much in the regular season, I would probably have picked Miami, just because But this is the preseason. I just do these for fun, and it's. I think I've been doing the preseason ever since 2021, so it's football, and it's because 2020 there was no preseason, so there was a preseason after 2021, so that's I've been doing these predictions for a while. Anyways, this is season 5 of the prediction series, so I am going with the Bucs over the Dolphins. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Las Vegas Raiders. I am going to go with the 49ers. And the Raiders got their asses handed to them last week. And even though they were playing nobody, I still don't root for the Raiders. So I'm going with San Francisco over the Raiders here. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm probably going to go with Philadelphia. They just traded for Jahan Dotson today. I think he probably will play in the preseason game against Minnesota. Hopefully he gets a jersey number because, he was with the Commanders for 2 years. So, it's interdivision trade. So, we'll see what happens with Jahan Dotson with the Eagles and how he meshes with the strong offense that they have. But I am going with the Philadelphia Eagles over the Vikings. It's probably the safest bet to go with the Eagles over the Vikings. The Vikings have just had injury after injuries after injuries. So, Anyways, I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Green Bay Packers. I am going to go with the Ravens. I think the Packers probably won't start their starters. Jordan Love is probably not playing. I don't think the Ravens are starting their starters either, but I think the Ravens can get this preseason win in their finale, and then against the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go with the Ravens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Detroit Lions. I am going to go with the Lions here. Preseason usually doesn't matter, but I think that the Lions are going to get this done. I think the last time these two teams played each other, they tied. So let's just hope that tie doesn't happen again, because it's more likely in the preseason than it is in the regular season, because people usually score in overtime, and there is no overtime in the preseason. So I'm going to go with the Lions over the Steelers. And if they tie, it's a tie, and I usually just count it as a pick, but so nobody wins basically. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Houston Texans. I'm going to go with the Texans. This is going to be Ben Skoronek's revenge tour, because he was with the Rams before getting traded to Houston. And I think that the Texans can beat the Rams here. I mean, they have a strong offense, and they have depth, which is key in preseason wins. Depth is key. That's what I've learned watching this preseason, is that depth is key, and the Texans have a bunch of it. So I think I'm going to go with the Houston Texans over the Rams. The Carolina Panthers take on the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, I'm not going to root for the Panthers because they've been playing very, very bad football. Even if it is the preseason, they're 0-2, and I think they're going to go 0-3 in the preseason. So, and I think the Bills won't give them a chance. So I'm going to go with the Bills over the Panthers. And the Panthers will finish the preseason 0-3. I don't know anybody else's record. So I won't know till the regular season. So anyways, I'm going with the Bills over the Carolina Panthers. The Los Angeles Chargers take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys here. I'm not rooting for the Chargers. As a Chiefs fan, I can't do that. And the Cowboys had a pretty good win against Las Vegas last week, so I think that'll be good. That they're playing the Chargers and give them some competition. But I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Chargers. In this sense, I think although I don't think either team's starters are playing, which, makes perfect sense. It's the preseason finale. You don't want to get anybody injured. But I'm going to go with Dallas over the Chargers. The New York Giants take on the New York Jets. I am going to go with the Jets here. They had a pretty good win against Carolina, and this is the Battle of New York. I think this will be a fun game to watch. If it's on NFL Network or something, then I'll probably watch it. But I'm going to go with the Jets over the Giants here. In previous years, I would have picked probably the Giants. But, I think the Jets can win this game pretty easily. So I'm picking the Jets over the Giants. The Cleveland Browns take on the Seattle Seahawks. I am going to go with the Seahawks for this matchup because the Browns have not played well in the preseason. Even if I think they are also 0-2 in the preseason, so I don't think the Browns are going to win. I think the Seahawks are going to win. Sam Howell looks pretty good, and I think they're probably going to keep him on the roster because he looks pretty good this preseason. So I think, I think the Seahawks are going to win this game against the Browns, and it's on their home turf, and I think that they will, and the Browns will probably go 0-3 in the preseason. So, anyways, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks over the Cleveland Browns. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. I am going to go with the Saints here. I think they won last week, but I think the Saints are on their home turf, and I think they can easily beat the Tennessee Titans. It's hard to believe that these preseason games are all determined by the teams instead of the NFL themselves. Like, they want to play, 3 teams in the AFC East, This team wants to play 3 teams in the AFC East, like the Panthers. And, But, anyways, back with my pick, I'm going with the New Orleans Saints over the Titans. And I think that they will just easily beat the Titans in this game. The Arizona Cardinals take on the Denver Broncos. I'm probably going to go with Arizona. As much as I think Denver's probably has. I think Denver has a likely chance to win here, but I think that the Cardinals will probably win because I don't want to root for the Broncos. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. So I'm going with Arizona over Denver here. And last but not least, we have the New England Patriots taking on the Washington Commanders. I'm going to go with the Patriots here. I don't think the Commanders are really that good, and they're not putting out their starters. So it probably doesn't make sense for the Commanders. They probably won't win. And I think the Patriots have pretty good depth in quarterbacks. I think Jacoby Brissett and Drake May will probably have to fight for the starting job after this week. So, but this is on NBC, I believe, and but I am going to go with the Patriots over the Commanders. And that concludes my preseason NFL picks. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on September 5th when we do the regular season.